if I were to rate the experience on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best, I would give it a 9 rating. The amount of information, the relativity of the information, the effectiveness of the different protocols that you gave us, the easy access to the different vitamins and topicals and all the ways that you taught us to save money on all the things that we could or should buy. Just, I think probably most importantly is just really feeling like you care about us. Like I really felt like you cared, and we're not just a number where you're trying to make a buck, right? You really care about your students. So that always made me feel really comfortable. And then just feeling so confident in you and your knowledge, your education, your ability to address our issues. And, you know, everyone thinks hair loss is from DHT or their whatever they think it is. I really think that you've cracked the code in terms of what really is causing hair loss. And I've been waiting to find someone like you with your experience and your expertise that cared about people. And I wasn't one of 50,000. And just, you know, not someone that was just going to send me a book and say, here, read this. But I've been looking for someone like you. And I honestly cannot wait till other women who are suffering from hair loss find you. So I would say my life is different in a couple of different ways. One is I feel like I'm in control of my hair loss, and I've never felt like that before. And if I do what you tell me, it stops. If I do what you tell me not to do, it starts. And just the amount of stress that has been reduced for me, because if my hair starts shedding, I know why. It's because I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's like clockwork. Like you go on your program and it stops. And you know, everyone's like, well, how long does it take to see results? I see results in a matter of a couple of weeks. It takes a little bit longer. Like when I fall off the wagon, it takes a little bit longer for my hair shedding to start. But when you're trying to stop it, like you start to see results in a couple of weeks. So that just lowering that stress level and knowing that I'm in control is huge for me. The other thing that I think is really important about what's changed my life is this program is so comprehensive that I feel like I know how to just live a healthier life. Like your liver is so important to your total body function. And I feel like I have a much better understanding of one, what it does, and two, what it needs and how to keep it healthy. And it's not like all this major stuff that you have to do. I mean, your program is super simple. So I feel like, you know, my hair is important, but my life is more important than my hair, right? So I feel like I can also improve my overall health. And then everything that comes from your health and your hair is just your confidence, your stress levels, your psyche, your happiness. So it's changed my life in a lot of positive ways other than just my hair. So I think what I learned that was new through this program is how your liver really is in control of your hair loss and why it's in control of your hair loss. I had no idea that my liver had anything to do with my hair loss. And I know that there's people out there that say diet has nothing to do with it. And, you know, your liver has nothing to do with it, but they're wrong. And so I think, you know, understanding how my liver was affecting my hair loss was totally brand new to me. Yeah. So changes that I made that I would not have made because I would not have known without taking this course are ways to detox my liver. So you taught us a lot of different ways on how we can detox our liver. Like I wanted to buy a sauna, but they're $6,000. So like I was saying earlier, you've taught us ways that are affordable to do this program. So I got a sauna blanket that was $130, right? And so I get in my sauna blanket and I just feel good being in that sauna blanket because I'm sweating and detoxing. And I didn't really realize that how important that was or how simple it was to do. I've learned, other ways to detox my liver, like the, what is the name of that oil? The Black Jamaican oil. Using that, I had no idea that would help detox my liver. So just how important diet was when you're fasting, what to eat first, what to eat second. So those are a lot of things that I didn't know or that I changed that I wouldn't have changed. I didn't even know to change without this course. As far as how supported I felt in this program, I would say that the way the program was structured, you felt very supported. Like every week we were meeting and we would meet for 2+ hours, whatever you felt that it took to get us to deliver the information and then allow us time for questions. I never felt like I couldn't ask questions. So those meetings every week were really, really helpful. And you're bringing us new information all the time. And then also being a part of the group and being a part of the chat group. So the part of the chat group and then a part of the Facebook group, I felt very supported. And I could reach out to you. I could reach out to the other ladies in the program and we could just chit chat about what was working or just sharing best practices on what would work and didn't work. So I felt very supported. But again, I want to come back to how I felt cared about. Like that's a big deal, that I felt like you really care about us as individuals and want to help us improve our hair journey. And so to me, that's why I kept coming back, is because I felt the genuine sincerity and the authenticity of your concern for your students. So I do feel like I got more value than what I was expecting. I really didn't know exactly what to expect, but as we were going through the program, just the amount of time that you spent on the weekly calls, I was surprised that you spent so much time with us. So that was good. You had a couple little contests for us where you gave us really fun gifts, vacations, vitamins, right? So I didn't expect that. Even as we are winding down, you're giving us opportunity to get creative and find different ways that we can stay in the group. So I think that is generous of you. And then, yeah, so I think, I did feel like there was definitely met and exceeded my expectations in terms of what I was hoping to get out of the program. So how much of the information that I heard was new was about 80%. A lot of it was new information. And the old information that I had was really wrong. It really was not even necessarily accurate. Like all these people out there that are selling all this, they call it snake oil for your hair. It will never work. If you really understand what the root of the issue is, yeah, and I think as far as the old information, if I understood it better, um, yes, definitely I understood why. Like I understood, like it's one thing to be told what to do, and it's another to understand why. And when you understand why, then you're much more bought into that information and more willing to give it a shot or or a try. So, as far as my situation, my overall health, and your capacity to help me, absolutely, I felt like you had the capacity to help me. My situation is not complex in that I'm healthy overall, but that's the thing. Like you think you're healthy, but I like sugar. I'm probably like a lot of people. I like sugar, but you helped us understand what sugar does to your body. And um, that was really helpful. I think I kind of knew that sugar wasn't very good for you, but when you understand why it's not good for you and what it's doing to your body when you take it, those are in terms of your capacity to help us kind of break all that down and understand that, I think is really helpful. So while my overall health wasn't really an issue, certainly my reason for coming to you was to stop the hair loss. And I feel like I can turn it on or turn it off based on what you have shared with me so far. Like in terms of being a Bellechanic, what that means is that we know how to address our symptoms and that we're equipped with all the tools and resources to address our symptoms. So I am learning how to read my body. I'm not there yet, but you have you really know how to pay attention to your symptoms. And so I'm trying to learn that you've given us lots of ways to test different things in our body. So I think there's opportunity for me to just pay attention to my symptoms more. So I know once I learn those symptoms, I feel like I know what I would have to do, but I'm still trying to learn what those symptoms are so I can address them earlier on than I am right now. So do I have an understanding of how the body works and what it takes to grow hair? And can I get my body back on track? So yes, I feel like the resources are there. I don't know it all off the top of my head, but I feel like the resources are there for me to access. But I know a lot. I feel like I know enough to make a difference. Can I do more and learn more? Yeah, but I definitely feel like I know enough to make a difference and to make a difference. But what I mean by that is stop my hair loss. Like I feel like I know enough to stop my hair loss. Yeah, so as far as what surprised me in terms of what I should be eating and not eating was the sauerkraut. Like I had no idea how important that 1 teaspoon of sauerkraut a day was to my liver. And then just understanding how your liver loves bitters. I had no idea. I had no idea how important our liver was. I also learned that your liver, when you eat, makes more decisions during that little process of digesting that food than you make in your lifetime. Like that's just crazy, right? So that just tells you how amazing God is, number one, for making our bodies like he has made them. And then how critically important your liver is and that we got to take care of it. And there's certain foods that your liver really thrives on. And we need to make sure we're getting those in your body, and also how important fasting was and why and fasting is important. I didn't know why fasting was so important before. I also learned that I need to be asleep by 11 because your liver starts healing at 11. Like that was so crazy. I didn't believe it. I Googled it. It's all over the internet that your liver starts healing at around 11 o'clock. And so if you're not sleeping, you're not giving your liver every chance to heal. So it has changed, a lot of things that I do and eat. I'm not perfect, but it's definitely made a difference. I feel like I have the tools to better self-lead myself and now I understand how this is partly a mindset. And that's what I'm saying in terms of how comprehensive this program was. It wasn't just about take this pill or use this serum or do this or do that. It was a total program where you addressed our mindset and our helping us to change your mindset, because you really have to have the right mindset to make a difference. So you taught us, like, even about journaling. You shared with us how you journal and how important journaling was, and meditating, and um just a bunch of different tools. I was so confident in what you were telling me that helped me shift my mindset by itself. But maybe to take it even further, I would adopt more of the tools. So some people might need more of the tools, where I was so confident with what you're telling me, like that helped me alone shift my mindset. So, but there's lots of tools that you gave us to address this from a comprehensive approach, which starts with goes from your liver to your brain, right? So you got to have the right mindset and really believing that this can happen. And what people say is put it out in the universe, right? Put it out in the universe that you believe that this can happen and that you can stop this hair loss. And you helped us get to that point where we could believe, and gave us the tools and resources to help us get to that point if we couldn't get to that point by ourselves. So I think Surreal as a teacher is probably the best teacher in terms of this particular topic that you're gonna find. And I say that because her passion for this topic and her thirst for knowledge is unprecedented. And the thing that you're going to get out of Surreal that you're not going to get out of all these other businesses and services and Facebook pages that you see is authentic, genuine care for you and your concerns. She doesn't approach it as a blanket, one size fits all. She really wants to understand what is your issue, where do you think it's coming from. She even will read your blood work and really address your specific need and help customize a program for you. Like I remember she went through my diet with me and said, well, instead of eating this, try that. And I was able to replace really bad foods with some really healthy foods, really healthy alternatives. So I think I just can't express enough how my confidence and just feeling that I was cared for and that she really cared about the outcome. And she wasn't just about checking a box to say she helped so many customers. Like she truly wanted to see us be successful in our hair loss journey. For real. Like one thing I learned from you is this is going to heal your gut. This is going to help your problem now. Go heal your gut. When helping you is like helping women, right? So if I could do this in the most roundabout way, I'm happy to do that. Sorrel, I have said before I even met you, I go, there's got to be somebody out in this world that is losing their hair. They're smart enough to figure this out and care enough to share it. I have said that since 2008. 2008, somebody that's losing their hair, smart enough to figure it out, and it cares enough about people. And that's who you are.
You manifested me.
I manifested you. I prayed for you to my life.
That's so cute.
I'm telling you, it is. I don't blow smoke, so I'm just telling you, like you have no idea.